became a nanoplasty specialist and changed her business. Welcome to the SOS Flora. My name is MJ. I'm a nanoplasty specialist and I'm here today to talk to you about a very important point. I'm so excited to have you in this live today because today I'm going to talk to someone that I'm very, very excited. I met her a few months ago and I can see her business flourishing and growing so much. And that's why I'm here, because I want to talk to her in front of all of you to show you guys the blessing which is becoming an nanoplasty specialist. She's actually calling me right now. Let me invite her to this live. Let me see. She's gonna join it soon, and I'm gonna invite her to participate on a live with us. I'm so excited to have her participating on this live today because I want to show you guys the power of to see her in this live. How are you guys today? So cold. Hello. Oh, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to have you here
So
today.
excited to be here today.
Amazing. Belle, thank you so much for joining this live with me.
Oh,
We tried
thanks
last
for
week,
having me. I
but I'm so
know.
happy that you find a little bit of your time in your busy agenda
Well, I'm having a day off
to be
today, so I wanted to jump
amazing.
on here with you and have a chat. I'm excited.
Amazing. Belle, I want to know everything. I really want to know everything. You've been so active on
Oh,
social media. I've
uh,
been following your results. I've been following the transformation that you are creating. But I want to know deep inside from beginning, what happened, how? But first of all, Belle, tell us, who are you? How long
okay.
you've been in the industry? We want to know more about you.
Okay, so I've been hairdressing for 31 years.
Yeah.
I've probably worked for myself for about 25. So I'm just a one-man band. I do a lot of bridal hair and makeup.
Yeah.
Also, obviously, a fully qualified hairdresser.
Yeah.
But I just have my niche clientele. I don't really advertise. I've been around for a very long time. So I've been doing my clients for, 20 years. Anyway, I've recently started using Nanoplasty by Fluoractive, and MJ, I'm so excited. I don't like getting in front of the camera. I like being behind. I don't normally do this, but when I'm passionate about something, I love talking about it and I love educating people and just explaining my experiences with this amazing product. Um, it's actually allowed me to step back from doing hair and makeup. So, which has been great. I'm getting old and lugging all my stuff around town, it's just getting a little bit too hard. And, when I started doing Nanoplasty by Fluoractive, I just saw the results. And, as you know, the results speak for themselves and people talk. Cancer's a very, very small place. And it's amazing. I'm finding now that I'm not having to do as much advertising. I'm doing clients that are like, oh, Belle, you did this person, you've done that person, their hair's amazing. And yeah, so it's really just a follow on effect now.
Wow.
And I've been working 7 days. Yeah, it's really, I can't thank you enough. Like, this product has changed so many people's lives. And I'm no salesperson. I'm definitely not a salesperson, but when I believe in a product, I get so excited about it.
No,
And the
you are.
fact, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it's just
go on.
amazing. I've done so many different types of keratins in the past, and I've been happy with them. And when I heard about nanoplasty, I was a little bit skeptical, I must admit, at first, and I did do a lot of research. And you were just amazing. Your support, the education, yeah, you're so real, and I am too, and that's what I love. There's no, what you see is what you get,
Yeah.
basically. And yeah, I can't thank you enough. It's literally changed my life, and it's working smarter, not harder, and it's just amazing. I just love it.
Oh my God, this is so rewarding, after the whole hard work. But I'm gonna tell you how, Belle and I had this encounter to nanoplasty. When I visit Cairns and I came back, we leave the sparkle
Yes,
there, because the
yes,
sparkle out there, you see, you be able to touch and feel, and you say, okay, now I'm going to invest on education. And when I
absolutely.
came back to Sydney, I just saw nanoplasty
Yeah,
specialist in Cairns, nanoplasty specialist in Cairns, and tagging us and doing and doing and doing. And I was like, wow. And
yeah.
throughout your posts, and you just started in
I
April, really?
know
Like,
it's incredible. I can't believe, like, we are quite small up here, and word travels very, very quickly, and it's just I can't believe like how it's just taken off. It's next level. Like, you can hear in my voice, I'm so excited talking about it. And it's really put that fire back in my belly too, because I was getting really bored and a bit stale. And I'm a busy mum. I have an Airbnb business as well that I manage. I have 4 kids. But I'm so passionate about my work. I love working, and I love making other people happy, and just seeing how it's changing their lives. And MJ, I have to tell you, on the weekend, I did a client, and she reached out to me a couple of months back. Anyway, she is Brazilian as well. And she went away and did her research. She
yeah,
follows you, and she's not a hairdresser. She's just, because I tag you in absolutely every post. So clients are wanting to know what brand I'm using. And it's the first thing I tell people: there's good and there's not so good products.
yeah,
There's not just one type of nanoplasty, and it's the person behind it, the technician. They need to know exactly, how to apply the product. It's not one size fits
yeah,
all.
yeah,
So, and she went off and did her own research, and she went and applied. She reached out to other salons. She came back to me and she's like, Bel, you were so honest. I love the fact that you told me that you use Fluoractive. So she went away, did her own research, came back to me, and she could not find any faults, or the little product card that you hand out to all of us. I'm happy to share that with them so that they can read absolutely,
yeah,
everything, all the ingredients, you know, how to apply it, and who it's good for, who it's not
yeah,
good for. But like I said to everybody, it's safe to use on absolutely everybody.
yeah,
I had a mum to be just last week. She had a week to go, and she wanted to treat herself, and she wanted to look fabulous while she was in hospital, and she had this bleached, chemically damaged hair, and it was halfway down her back, and it was so coarse and curly. And honestly, she walked out of the salon, and I was so happy, because she was so happy, and I just know how much easier her
yeah,
life is going to be,
yeah, yeah.
and you can't put a price on that.
No,
Like,
you
you really can't.
definitely can't. What I like about, your work, Belle, and the reason why I say, guys, please find her. I need her to be in a live with me, is I love the fact that you don't rest for, oh, I couldn't do this, so I can't. The product doesn't work. We hear that when someone has a attempt and they fail somehow in one head type. And then I say, you guys are stuck in one way,
Yes,
which is one product fits everything. One product
yes,
does good for one, not good for the other. For nanoplasty, we've got a different scenario. It's
that's
exactly
exactly
like
right.
color, we can
Yes,
manage and actually manipulate to
that's
perfect for
exactly
that
right.
person. And I
Yes,
love that, the fact that you're not scared of sending your clients to my page, because you know that I'm going to direct them to you. I'm not going
yes.
to take them to me because I don't sell to them,
And that's the
you
thing,
know?
MJ, like your support, your 24-hour support, if we need to reach out to you. And this is what I tell my clients: like, you are amazing. I just love how passionate you are in educating all of us, and to teach us how to apply this amazing product, because that's what it comes down to.
Yeah,
Anyone can put it on the hair, but you need to know the correct application and the
yeah,
steps to reach the OMG effect, because if
yeah.
you don't know what you're doing and you don't know the product, you're not going to get those
No,
results.
no. And education is a big deal about
Yeah,
it. And that's why I give incentive to anyone that wants to go further and wants to actually have part of this journey on the full way, because you can be having part of the nanoplasty world just a little bit, but
Yeah,
they can
that's
jump in because it's a, let's be honest, it's a very profitable way of
it's
working.
amazing, MJ. And like I said, it's allowed me to step back from doing, wedding hair and makeup and lugging everything, halfway across FNQ. And, up here, it's hot. It's hot.
Yeah.
Like it's humid. And so nanoplasty up here is the best treatment for anyone to have because, and there's no downtime. So as soon as my clients leave the salon, they know they can tie their hair up. They can go swimming if they want to. There's no special treatments or anything like that that they have to do,
Yeah.
I don't have any fancy lighting or anything like that. What you see is what you get. And I try to do that on purpose so that clients know when they go home and wash their hair, this is exactly how their hair is going to look. I tell people anyone can make their hair look straight with an iron.
Yeah.
You don't have to have nanoplasty for that. So, after I do the final step and I wash the hair and, bring them back to the chair and blast dry, and they see their hair for the first time, they're like, oh my God, is this going to be, is it going to look like this when I wash it myself at home? And I said, 100% yes. This is why I don't use any round brushes. I don't use any irons because I want you to know that, yes, this is exactly how it's going to be when you wash your hair at home. So I think that's really important.
Oh,
Um,
100%. This
yeah,
confidence that you bring on your speech when you talk to them, and they know, and they have this feeling that you know what you're talking about. This is
yes.
what sells. At the end
And
of the
for me,
day,
it's
yep.
the education,
Yeah.
and I can't thank you enough. My poor kids and my partner, they are sick of hearing about nanoplasty. My partner, he talks about it. He'll be at soccer training and he'll be talking to the mums about, fluoractive nanoplasty, and
You
because
know
they
what?
think it is.
I was in a meeting with the schools, with the moms from the school, and then my husband messaged me and say, "Can I'm coming to pick you up because I didn't have my car." And I said, "Just a minute." And he say, "I bet you're talking to someone about
Yeah,
nanoplasty." And I said, "Obviously, I'm talking to someone about nanoplasty." But
because when
Belle,
you're passionate about
exactly,
something, it's
that's
like
what I'm
easy
gonna
to
talk
talk
about.
about it. Yeah,
Belle,
100%.
what I'd love to ask you is, I know that there is a trend of now many other brands of
Yes.
nanoplastic coming into the market, and I would love to understand why you are with us, why you decided to stick with
The
us. Because, um,
reason,
yep,
yeah, honestly, MJ, I did so much research before I decided to go with you guys, Fluoractive, and it's just I guess the way you break things down step by step. I see how passionate you are, and there's not many people like that. You're not just in this industry, to make money. You were genuinely excited and, happy to share this amazing product with anyone. And not only your support is second to none, but the product, I've tried some of the other big names as well, and they've got nothing on Fluoractive.
I know.
Nothing. I
I know,
just,
but coming from my mouth,
oh,
people feel like, yeah, she's trying to sell, and I'm like, I'm
no,
sorry.
no. And I'm a very honest person, I can't lie to save myself. And I don't like getting in front of the camera like this. Like when you asked me, I was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous because I don't normally do this. I'm great when I'm one-on-one with my clients,
Yeah,
but I'm so passionate about it. And yeah, Fluoractive is just amazing. The product is just beautiful. Just the moringa oils, the W protection, like all those products. Honestly, I've never used anything like them in the whole 31 years I've been hairdressing. They are just beautiful on the hair. And I love that even at the final wash, there's, particular steps that you need to take. It's not
yeah,
a matter of going in there and just shampooing the hair and conditioning it. There's certain steps you need to take
yeah, yeah.
to protect the hair, the follicle, the hydration, the condition of the hair. It's all about protecting the hair follicle and the fiber, and getting the best results that you possibly can
It's an
with this
experience. The client
product.
goes
It's
through
an
an
experience.
experience.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's exact. And I love explaining that as, we go through the different steps. My favorite one is, when we get towards the end, when we're ironing it into the hair, we're passing the iron and the clients feel their hair and they're like, oh my God, Bel, my hair, it's amazing. I'm like, we're not done yet. And they're like, what do you mean we're not done? I'm like, we still have to wash your hair.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? No, you can't. Is it going to look like this after you've washed it? I said, you've got to trust the process. I said, trust me, it's going to look better. Anyway, they nearly die when I wash their hair after, sitting there for so long and passing the straightener. But honestly, yeah, when we bring them back to the chair and I blast dry their hair and they can see their hair is, so silky and shiny and straight, they're just amazed. And it's literally the OMG effect. So
Amazing.
I love you, MJ. Like, I can't thank you enough. Like, you have done so much for my little business up here, and I'm so grateful. And I just thank you for that, because it's really, as you can probably tell, my voice, that I'm so passionate about it, and I'm happy working 7 days a week to try and fit everybody in. So
Oh my
I
God.
really do thank you. It is, like I tell everybody, Nanoplasty by Flora Active is the number one. There's no other brand out there in my eyes.
I'm so excited to hear this because I've seen how much your business has grown.
Yes.
And I asked my team, see, when was her first post? And I said it was in April. It was not long ago that you really flourished and you became a reference in your region, So
Yeah.
this is so powerful because I feel that we empower hairdressers to become someone that sometimes throughout the whole lifetime as a hairdresser they couldn't,
Yeah.
so now people probably talk about you, they comment about
Yes.
you, they know you, and they recommend
Yes.
you, and you became a specialist in your region with something that it's so, and it's not something that you are actually lying to anybody, you are
Yes.
actually doing good.
Yes.
What I would love
Yeah.
to know, Belle, is in regards to the swap, on your business,
Yep.
how would you classify that? If you could put in percentage, how much you grew,
Oh,
in percentage from since you started with Nanoplasty. I would
I'm
love to know
talking
that.
probably nearly 100%, MJ. Like, it's
Wow.
just
Wow.
amazing. Amazing. Like, I've gone from, working maybe a couple of days a week in the salon with my regular clientele that I do their colors and cuts and whatnot. My main business is the wedding hair and makeup. So I've really stepped back from that, and I'm now literally just doing nanoplasty. And I'm sure, you may have noticed I had to separate the two businesses, so Ken's
Yes.
Bridal Hair and Ken's Nanoplasty, because it was just too confusing for people, because my nanoplasty was just going nuts. Like, it's, people have really jumped on board, and we are a little bit behind up here in Cairns. So I separated the two so that it was, a little bit more easier for people to navigate. But honestly, that is all I've been doing. Is I'll probably do 3 or 4 a day, and that's 7 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like, look how tired I'm looking. I'm like, oh my God.
That's amazing, Belle.
Yeah,
Wow, this is
it's been
fantastic.
incredible. Yeah, I'm
What
just
about
so,
the impact on your family? I would love to know the impact because I was in this birthday party and then this guy came to me and said, "Oh, you MJ, right?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "We hear you all day long.
I
My wife is
know.
carrying the phone
Yes,
everywhere and you talking in the
yes,
background and I even know the accent,
yes,
of some words that you said." And then he
definitely.
started laughing.
I
I
know.
would love to know the impact on your family because obviously your husband or your kids
Yes,
saw you, as a hairdresser, and all of a sudden now you've got this mom that it's all
yes.
over something. Tell me how was the impact on your
Well, I
house?
mean, thankfully, my kids are much older. They've all grown up. My youngest, my stepson, he's 10. So they all range from 24,
Yeah.
21, 20 and 10. So,
Wow.
thankfully they are all, grown up and whatnot, but that's, yeah, they love it. I come home, and after a long day of work, and I sit down and I get on Instagram and I upload all my befores and after. That is my favorite thing I love doing the most at the end of spreading the word, I guess, just putting it out there so that, I can help other people. And I just love making people happy. But my family, they're so support. My partner is so supportive. Like, I'm very, very grateful that I'm actually getting married this year myself, and he's he's the most supportive person that, yeah, I'm very, very lucky. And my kids are the same. I've got beautiful kids, and I feel like, yeah, this is my little journey, and they're happy to go along with me on this ride. And I just, yeah, I love it. I really love it.
That's so incredible. Now, there is probably someone that is watching us, and not now because now it's a busy time, but a lot of people watch us after the live, and they might be sitting watching exactly the same way that you were a few months ago.
Yes.
If you could tell them a message from your heart, imagine that you were talking to Belle in January, for
Yes.
example. What
Yeah.
would you say to you?
Oh gosh, I was umming and ahhing about starting this journey and whatnot, and I'm so glad. I would just say, just jump on the train and go for it. Just enjoy it. Just go along with the ride. You've got no idea how amazing this product is. I was, like I said, I was a little bit skeptical in the beginning. I thought, how can this product straighten and smooth the hair in one application, and there's no harsh chemicals. I was like, no, that it just can't be done, until I started performing, the treatment myself, and I saw, and I just love telling other hairdressers, clients, people in the street, just people at the gym. I swear they think I'm a crazy person, but I love just talking about it because it's real. Like, it's the real deal. There's no gimmick. What you see is what you get. And
Exactly.
I'm finding now that, like I said before, I'm not having to do, all the behind the scenes advertising, and it's literally just coming to me now from one of my regulars that I've done for nearly 20 years. She came to me last week and she said, "Oh, Belle," she said, "one of the girls at work, she came to work the next day and her hair looked amazing." And we're like, "Wow, your hair looks good." She said, "I've had nanoplasty done." And she's like, "Oh, yeah, where did you go?" And she said, "This girl called Belle works from home." And my client was like, "Belle, Belle," and she's like, "Yeah, that's the one." And she said, "Oh my God, she's been doing my hair for 20 years." Anyway, the following day, another work colleague, same thing. I had done her treatment. So there's now four of them all at the one workplace that I have done all their nanoplasties. And that's what it's like now. It's
Yeah.
just like a follow-on effect because it's that good.
Yeah.
Um,
And you
and
know
I know
what?
there's
Yeah.
so many brands out there like Keratin. There's better brands, there's not so,
Yeah.
there's so many, but honestly, Fluoractive, I cannot say how amazing this product is. Like, it is amazing, MJ, and I thank you because, thanks to you, we're all able to, perform this amazing treatment, and the results speak for themselves. So I
I'm
thank you for
so
that.
happy. But I cannot take the credit of you, of trusting, of investing on course, on becoming a nanoplasty
It's worth
specialist, of
every cent.
trying, and also becoming that confident. Because this is what really sells. At the end of the day, your confidence of talking about it, knowing what you're doing, make sure that when the client comes in, you know what to do. This
Yes.
is really what I wanted since the beginning. I wanted everyone that step the feet on nanoplasty have this confidence, because that's what
Yeah.
what we try to transmit all the time,
Yeah.
giving knowledge, being here, doing the nanoplasty specialist course, doing the trainings. This is exactly what I want. I wanted you guys to have this confidence, and seeing you becoming this person, this confidence person that can provide the best for your clients, and at the end of the day have a good reputation, have
Yeah.
this accomplishment feeling. This is exactly what I've
And
dreamed. This
that's the
is,
thing, MJ. Thank you to you. I have got that confidence, and education is a big thing for me. I need to know the product inside and out, to
yeah.
be able to do it confidently. And you have provided that for me. And without your experience and your knowledge and support, I would not have had that from any other brand. And um, for me, that's a huge, deal for me. And my goal now is to just do nanoplasties. I want to become, the nanoplasty queen of Cairns. And
I
I
can't.
feel as though I'm
You
heading
are
that in
ready.
that direction. Well, I want to be more. I feel like I am heading in that direction. But like I said, I'm sort of at the other end of my career now. There's all these young girls coming through.
Yeah.
I'm, towards 50. I hate to say that, but yeah, but I've just got this new excited drive that I'm so passionate, and that's all I'm doing at the moment and wanting to do is just nanoplasty because your product Fluoractive is amazing. So
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
gosh.
exciting.
That's so
So thank
exciting
you.
because you know what? I'm gonna have very soon something special, which is the Journey OMG Effect. You know,
Yay.
and neo nanoplastic specialists will definitely come from the Journey, and all the nanoplastic specialists has my heart because somehow they are the ones that step out of the
Yeah.
bubble. You know, the bubble of just
Yeah.
buying a product and putting in the shelf. You guys really went deep into, I want to understand everything. I want to understand the steps. And that's what I'm here
Yeah.
for. I'm really keen to give that, to give that knowledge, to pass through the knowledge, to make you guys as confident as I am when I
If it wasn't that confidence.
was calling me. He's
No,
calling me
that's okay.
3 times during the live.
I sent mine away. I said, no, you need to go, go, don't leave the house so I can do this in
I
peace.
know. And I put reminders on his phone, like, don't call me during this time. Doesn't
I
matter.
But no, without your support, we wouldn't have that, confidence to do what I'm doing, at least anyway. So yeah, I really thank you for that. Every night I'm always watching, your tutorials, your look and learns and just everything. Like I'm so invested in this product and this brand. And yeah, and I just got all the beautiful shampoos, the Fluoractive shampoos and conditioners, so my clients are able
Amazing.
to experience those as well, but super affordable for people
I
too. So
know.
that's what I'm loving about it. The retail, it's so affordable, but it's amazing. Like
Yeah.
the product is beautiful.
Yeah. No,
So
we
yeah,
create it that way because the clientele are different. We've got regions that cannot pay more, regions that
yeah, that's
cannot. And
correct.
we think about all of them. We've got
Yes.
right now about 7,300 clients. So we
Yeah,
need to think about all the regions where they are to suit their business. Because at the end
that's
of the
exactly
day,
right.
not fun to just me to make money. I
That's
need
exactly
you that are
right.
behind the chair to make money
Yeah.
because then you will become happy. You will make other people happy. We're going to do the
Yes.
world a better place to live.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Even, my clients just recently were like, Belle, I love the fact that you were so open about, the brand that you are using, because a lot of the other
Yeah.
salons that they've contacted, they are not telling them the
No,
brand behind
no.
the product. And I think that's really important because so many people these days are so invested with what's going inside of their
Oh,
bodies,
yeah.
and they're more
Oh,
health
yeah.
conscious.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, having Fluoractive, the name behind the brand, they can jump on there and, do their own investigation and research.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly. But
you know,
one of the reasons why a lot of people don't post the brand is if they want to swap the brand for something cheaper in the future, they don't
right.
compromise the client's view of it.
Yes.
And
But
this
then
is
it's,
very
you're not getting
sad.
sued.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
This
is.
Yeah, this is quite sad. And personally, I wouldn't choose a place that are hiding what they are using
No.
for me.
I had a
Never.
client recently, sorry, MJ. I had this client recently that had come up from the Gold Coast, and, she'd been going to a hairdresser from home, and she was one of my regulars that moved away, and we did nanoplasty, and she had it done, 8 months ago and loved it, great result. And we were chatting, and she said to me, she said, how come there's no fumes? There's no smell? And I said, well, because there's no toxic, chemicals. It's all natural. It's not like keratin where you get those strong odors. And she said, oh, that's funny because I had to wear a mask when I had my treatment done, and the hairdresser wore a mask. And I said, are you sure it was nanoplasty? Anyway, I did a little bit of investigating, and it turned out it was a product from Russia. The actual hairdresser wouldn't say what brand she was using, because she basically just said, look, I have all different brands. I'll use what I think, your hair needs. Basically, yeah, she was from Russia, and that's where she gets her products from. And I
Wow.
said to my client, I said, for the love of God, please, I will find you someone that uses Fluoractive down
Yeah.
on the Gold Coast for you to go
Yeah.
to. I said,
No,
because
definitely.
this is not safe.
Yeah.
It's not
No.
safe for you
No.
to be using this. So yeah, she didn't really understand that whole,
Yeah.
thing until we started delving into it a little bit more. But the number one thing I love about this product is there is no smell, there's no odor, there's no, fumes or anything like that. As soon as the heat is applied to the hair, there's nothing. It's that safe, it's that good to use. So
No, but I
that's
love
a
the
big deal.
fact that I'm not bringing anything bad to
No,
the clients and to the
no.
clients of the clients, you know what I
Yes,
mean? Because it's a
absolutely.
chain of issues. If I sell something bad to you, you're gonna sell something bad to your clients. And I feel like you are my public. The hairdresser are the ones that I need to worry about
Yes.
because you are my main public. But at the end of the day, you are serving something to your clients, and there is
Yes.
always an
Yeah.
explanation for everything. For clients that comes back to me saying, oh, why this, why that, there is always an explanation.
Yeah.
We work with,
100%.
at the end of the day, it's a product based on science. We need to make sure that there is a reason for everything. And as
Yeah.
a trichologist, very important for us to understand what's going on the scalp, what is going on the hair fiber. And this it's so important that I feel very sad when I see that a hairdresser are not worried about that at all.
Yes.
That they are just worried about the results, because the results by results, chemical straightening does results as well, provides the results.
Definitely.
What we after with nanoplasty wasn't only results, it was the longevity of the fiber, the hair being able to still be full, person to not lose hair on the go, and all that can be quite dangerous for the
Yes.
for the fiber in general. So this is so important for me. The educational part is so important for me, that I love when I find hairdressers that are in the same page. They are interested
Yeah.
as well in the education. They research, they come back and they say, I can do better, or I can do this and that. And your journey, it's not a long journey, but has been
Yeah.
so impressively motivational for so many, because we receive messages from people saying, oh, look at her, how much she grew, oh,
That's
look at
that's
her,
I really
she's
appreciate.
amazing.
Oh, I love that because, yeah, I really do. I am very passionate, and I love, again, making clients feel good about themselves, and I love seeing them happy. That makes me happy. I don't do it for the money or anything. That helps. It definitely
Yeah.
helps, but honestly, I do it because I love seeing how it makes other people feel. Um,
And we
so
feel
yeah,
good at the end of the day,
yeah.
because
I
that
got
gives
mine
us the
100%
drive.
high. Yep, definitely. I've just got this newfound passion again, after all these years, because I was getting bored and a little bit stale, and then once I started doing nanoplasty, I've just got that fire in my belly again, and it's just transforming, hair after hair after hair, and yeah, I'm just
That's
loving it.
so amazing. That's
I'm
fantastic to
really
hear, Belle. I
enjoying.
cannot thank you enough. And going back to that question, I don't know if you responded, but what would you say to someone that is just watching in the background, a bit skeptical?
As
What
in a
would you say to them
hairdresser or a
as a
client?
hairdresser?
As a hairdresser, honestly, hairdresser, do it. Don't even think twice. Just invest, spend the money, because what you get back is just, you can't even compare it. Honestly, you need this product in your salon. It's literally changing people's lives. Honestly, I'm not a salesperson. I'm speaking from the heart, and I'm telling you to do it. Just the small amount of money that you are investing in this brand, you are going to get it back times 100. It's just, you can't, you can't compare that to anything else. It's that good. So yeah, do yourself a favor, contact MJ or her support team, and that you guys are so good. I can send someone a message and they respond straight away. It's pretty incredible. So, because I know how busy you are, and the fact that you actually would respond yourself is truly amazing. And I so appreciate that because, you know, sometimes it's like, oh, you know, I just need to know an answer. I need to know this or I need to know that. And you're sort of hanging there waiting, but you respond straight away. So that's amazing because of how busy you are too. It's pretty incredible.
No, but it's so support for me was always my dream. I said, if I could have a company that provides support and makes people confidence about knowing that we are there if they need, this would be. Imagine whatever you do. Imagine you driving and knowing that someone's that is your teacher there. That if you message saying, "Oh, how I do this," the person will
Yeah.
respond. And I said, "This
Yes.
is my dream. My dream will be having a company that people can rely on,
Yeah.
people can trust, that we
100%.
know exactly what they're doing, and we know how
Yeah.
to to sort their problems or to make them feel confident
Well,
again,
you
because we
you know,
know
when
what we're
someone
doing."
backs the product
Yes.
110%, you know, that's what I have confidence in as well, knowing that, you know, your support and I guess your, you know, just the education again. I keep going back to education, but it's true, you know, that's the biggest part. You know, you're offering these services to your salon. You need to know the product inside and out. And thank God for you, MJ, because you do provide that. So for hairdressers out there thinking about, you know, doing nanoplasty, you know, you guys, Fluoractive, hands down is the number one. I don't care what anyone says, Fluoractive is the best.
Oh, thank you so much, Belle. This live
So,
was amazing.
I think
Can't believe it.
I
It is
just keep
already almost
talking and
40
talking.
minutes of talking.
I know. I do get told I talk a lot.
I talk a lot as well, so I can't say anything. But I just want to say thank you so much for this live, for your feedback, to understand a little bit more about your journey. And I just want to say congratulations for all your
Thank you,
efforts. I'm
MJ.
so proud of you,
Oh,
so proud of what you
thank you.
achieved. And I know that in a very short period of time, you're going to become the queen of nanoplasty in
I
Cairns.
hope
No doubt
so.
at all,
I
at
hope
all.
so. But thank you. I honestly, I thank you so much from my heart. And I couldn't have done it without you and your team, so, and the brand. So thank you.
Thank you, Belle. Thank you so much, my
Thank
darling. I hope to
you.
see you very
I'll talk to you
soon.
soon. Thanks,
Thank
MJ.
you. Bye
Bye.
bye, honey. I think there is a cross here on this side, so then I can
Oh, yes.
continue. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Belle. Bye. Oh my God, she is amazing, more amazing than what I imagined. Because obviously, I had an encounter with her in Perth, in Cairns for training. She became a nanoplasty specialist, and look at that, her business changed dramatically. Now she's focusing on nanoplasty alone. About 4 nanoplasties a day, 7 days a week, guys. This is incredible. This is an opportunity that, oh my God, I just wish for everyone that is out there to have. So, because of that amazing outcome, I'm here to tell you something incredible. We are going to have the journey OMG effect very soon. And I'm going to teach you, hairdresser, how to achieve the OMG effect in any hair type. So it's your chance of also becoming a nanoplasty specialist. Would you like to enjoy these free lessons that I'm going to give? Easy. Type below on the comments the word OMG. And my team is going to send you a message. You're going to click on this message. As soon as you click on this message, you're going to put your details and also enroll inside of the WhatsApp number, because that WhatsApp number is my way of notifying you about the days that we're going to have the lesson. So you're not going to miss out, because those lessons are not going to be out there, because are very precious, very, very precious, expensive lessons that I'm going to give you for absolutely no cost, but obviously big price involved, which is my time, my dedication, and I want the same from you. So OMG on the comments, and we're gonna send you all the information you need. And stay there with that amazing message from Belle. I just loved it to know her history, know how much she grew with nanoplasty. With the right instructions, with the right education, there is no chance of failing. I'm so excited for her and for the new nanoplasty specialist that we're gonna create this year. I'll see you guys on the next live. Bye.